All right. Past week, blonde, brunette, redhead.
I've been looking at this chart. I have it on my screen now 24/7. I finally understand pretty much everything I'm seeing, at least 80% of what I'm seeing, and it is fantastic. Folks, if you don't have these squiggly lines on your charts, what are you even doing? Okay? This is free. Message the guy and get these squiggly lines. They're amazing.
All right. So we did a revelation of this earlier this week. You can go check that out if you want to. But the long and short here is that we had our last week started over here. And what I was saying is that the price, depending on where it closed, if it closed below this level, that we would head up the level, fall over. And if it didn't, if it closed above it, that we would, well, the idea here is that we might bounce, but that we were going to head up to this area over here. Okay. This area over here was called last week because we had our VWAP level at 87.7 and then a daily level at this is 88.2. So the price got exactly there. And because the chart is OCD, it went and grabbed the next level. And then from there, I figured that was the top. So I shorted from over here, send the signal to short from over here and over here, these two levels. And the idea is that we're going to move down almost certainly to the daily VWAP level at 84, 84.9. Then we had the VWAP level, or the main target for that week at 84, 84.2. Sorry, 84.050. And then the one of the last nearby levels here at 82.4. So those were the three levels we were looking at from the short up here, and that's exactly what happened.
Quick question. Do we have to see that chart that you have at the bottom right corner of the screen that we're hiding right now?
No,
All right. All right. So it happened exactly the way you said it was going to happen, pretty much.
precisely, and this is the point that matters the most within the time frame.
Right.
Because if you're going to take a 50x leverage trade, what I am an advocate for myself at least, you have to make sure one that you're not being liquidated, and two that you have some idea of what invalidates that trade. When is the trade going to be actually completed or not completed? So if we got into that trade right when the week started over here, we would have gotten liquidated, right? We got liquidated when we moved up, and you might have
Talking about the
been
short. You're saying if you got into a short at that port.
correct. The short here is always towards the weekly volume weighted average price. It's always towards that price.
Mhm.
So I actually did take one short over here personally, and I suspected it might fail because remember I was saying it could go either way. It could fail. The the issue here is that as the price moves up, taking the short again from over here and over here, I actually get to recover all that extra price. Because over here, if I were to short from over here to the level, it would have been a 2% move. So that's 100% gain. But by the time it got up over here, it was a 4% move, right? And so you can take some losses as you're setting up for the big trade down to the week. And as it moves away from that level, to me, I'm even more excited. I don't feel like, oh my god, I missed the trade. Oh, the price is gonna is gonna blast through. It's gonna blast up and never come back to this level. I know that the probability is that the chart has to come back to that level, right? And the same way over here, this weekly level, when I was taking the trade, it did fail. This was 3 weeks ago. It failed here and it failed here and it failed here. Like I did fail to get back to this level, and so I took three trades. It didn't work out. I let that go. But I knew at some point I'm getting back to that level over there. So I always look for opportunities. So over here for the VWAP, when it hit this level, I took the long, expecting so bounced off this level and I expected to get up near that level, right? Now I missed my short over here. Remember, I was lamenting it. Did I miss the short by $200 as the price came down? But what happened? It revisited almost immediately because it
Yeah.
needed to actually clear that level.
You took a short up there.
So I shorted over here twice. but I didn't short here, and even myself, Sacred Prophet himself, visionary extraordinaire, I felt the FOMO here, and I just this whole time here I was pained because I thought we were going to head all the way down to this level, and I thought I would have missed out on the trade.
Right.
But OCD price be OCDing, and we have to get back over there. And here's the short. Right. So now, so our trades for last week were just dead on. Our signals for last week. Let me just pull up the. So we talked about this over here that this was at March 24th, posted on the Monday that we're going to head towards. This is where we're looking for the short, and we were looking for 84.9, 82.4. Those are the two first levels, and now the setup is for 76.5 and ultimately 74. So I'm curious. I'm wondering. All right, let me actually be specific here. So
We
right
we
now,
still talking about last week?
no. So last week's those were the trades we just went through. It went through all those levels exactly like we thought. It went up and then it came down to those levels just like we thought. The trade down to 76.5 and to 74, that's not part of the weekly level. Right? The weekly level was here at 84.050. That was the weekly trade. The question now is what are the nearest levels for the upcoming period?